June 18th was just another summer day for most of you. For me, it was the day that changed my life. I'll never forget what hearing that word felt like. It was like a ton of bricks pressing down on my chest. Cancer. My hero, the person who I've admired my entire life has cancer. My father, at the age of 52, was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer, with tumors also growing in the lymph nodes of his lungs and near his shoulder. My dad was hands down the strongest person I have ever known, physically as well as emotionally. And having served 2 tours of duty in the United States Army, I wasn't the only one who looked up to him. When I learned about his diagnosis, I was mad, furious even. He had never smoked, done drugs, and wasn't even a big drinker. He was completely healthy, minus a few pounds here or there. So in my mind, I couldn't comprehend how a healthy, middle-aged man could be so sick. As hard as you try not to, after you hear that word cancer, you look at someone differently. But for me, it wasn't pity, it wasn't sadness. It was an overflowing feeling that I need to protect this man that has protected me for 20 years of my life. And do anything it takes to make whatever time he had left the best I possibly could. And that's what being a caregiver is all about. In the moment, any other distractions fly out the window, and all you see is what you can do to help. Every dramatic thing that has happened before that, poof. No more boy issues, no more friend issues, no more stress about school. None of it matters anymore. During my dad's 7-month battle with this disease, he went through a series of treatments that slowly made him different from the man I used to know. Chemo did awful things to him. He lost weight, lost his appetite, lost his hair, lost his physical strength. Holistic approaches helped his energy level and assisted him in developing a spiritual side, which helped him come to accept what was happening. Vitamin C infusions gave him more good days, and medicinal cannabis oil helped the pain some. But this cancer was a terminal diagnosis. In November, the doctors have given my family a time frame of 6 months left with my dad. This is when it became a reality. I never thought that I would only have 6 more months with my father before I had even turned 21. He was supposed to be with me when I had my first legal drink, to walk me down the aisle at my wedding, to dance with me for our father-daughter dance, to hold my firstborn child that would have his name. All these things he is going to miss. That one was the hardest part about watching someone you love go through something like this. You start realizing when they're gone that your life will still carry on, and everything that you guys may have planned for vanishes. So after learning the expected time frame I had left with him, I started coming home from school more. I drove him to the store to run some errands, ordered takeout with him, and watched movies. Little things that people take for granted started to become the big things. Those are the days that'll always be in my memories. In our car rides, he would start to give me advice on how I know I found the right guy, what not to compromise on, what kind of jobs to look for, what to do when I start to look for a house, and what it's like to be a parent. Things that he knew he would never get the chance to tell me when they were happening. He said it all. Looking over to the passenger seat, you can see how much not being there scared him. But when you take care of someone going through that, you have to be strong for the both of you. If you have siblings, you have to be strong for them as well. And being the caretaker, you take care of someone not just physically, but also emotionally. Assuring them that you'll be okay after everything is over. On December 19th at about 6 a.m., I got the call. I had stayed up late the night before knitting him a hat because I knew his head gets cold. So when I woke up to my mom telling me that my stepmom had called and that it's time to say goodbye. Immediately I was in shock. Just a month ago, we were told that he had 6 months with us. It wasn't time yet. And that was probably the scariest day of my life. I watched him leave this earth in a matter of 12 hours. I held his hand and calmed him down when he was figuring out what was happening. I sang him my favorite songs. I kissed his head and told him over and over again that me and my brother would be okay. I told him that I am as strong as how he raised me to be, and I would take care of Kyle. I told him countless times how much I loved him and that I was sorry I never said it more. The day my dad passed away, my life shattered. That's the day that I have relived in my head every day of my life for the past 4 months and 5 days. None of this seemed real because it happened so fast. In a matter of 7 months, I found out my father was sick and lost him. As painful as those 7 months were, I wouldn't trade them for the world. Being by his side through all of this not only helped him, but helped me. Nothing was left unsaid, and no one was left unloved. Dana Taylor is and always will be my hero, even though he lost his battle. Even though he lost his battle with cancer, he still didn't go out without a fight. And he is the strongest man I have ever known, except now he's giving me that strength. And I don't know where I would be without him. Thanks.